What is good, my pack? TheMtVernonkid here, back again. Welcome back to the Opinion Spot. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh yeah. It is the day of love. And today, on this episode of the Opinion Spot, I am giving you a list of my favorite couples in the world of comic books. I love a good love story. I love seeing the heroes find love and happiness as much as anybody else. It makes the hero better, in my opinion. So today, I got 20 for you guys. I devised a list of couples in comics. Some are still together, some maybe not together, but some need to be back together and stop messing. These companies and stop screwing with them. But in the end, they're some of my favorite couples in comics. And so I thought I'd get a little decked out for you guys today on this episode and give you a list of my favorite couples in comics. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, baby, because it's going to get hot and cold as ice. We start off with the 20th spot on the list, and that 20th spot belongs to none other than my favorite Robin, Tim Drake and Stephanie Brown. Why? Why are they on the list? Tim has been with Stephanie through thick and thin, through the good times and the bad. They started out as friends, and that friendship blossomed into something more. And I've always loved that about them. It's never been a case of, oh, this is stupid, this is dumb. I love a good story. I love a good relationship that blossomed from friendship and into something more. And yes, Tim has come out and saying now that he's bisexual, but there's never not been any love between Stephanie. And seeing that Stephanie has accepted that even works out more. Love it. Number 19 on the list, we bestow ourselves to the Murdochs. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Daredevil and Elektra, or Daredevil and Daredevil, they're married now. Elektra and Matt are married. Now, Matt has had a lot of different relationships in his life, but there was always something about Elektra that always just, they were destined to be together. Now, mainly their marriage is mainly due to the fact they are trying to stop the Hand being led by Punisher, but at the end of the day, yeah, they're married, and Miss Nachios knows she does love Matt. What more can you say? Number 18 on the list we go to is Hulkling and Wiccan. Hulkling and Wiccan, both married too. They are married, and you talk about a relationship that we have seen blossom from the day they were introduced way back when in Young Avengers, and to see where they are now, through the thick and thin, through sickness and in health, because yeah, they're married too. It's great. You know, it's great to see. Do I mind that they're two men? No, I don't. Whatever makes you happy. I have no problem with a homosexual marriage or gay marriage, two gay men, fine. We all want love, and hey, Wiccan, Teddy and Wiccan have found love. Congratulations to them. No problem whatsoever. Hulkling, Wiccan. Number 17 on the list goes to none other than Mr. Miracle and Big Barda. To say these are opposites, and is probably the quintessential version of that. And what makes it even worse is like, who really wears the pants in the family? I don't care. Barda is just what you, for me, it's something I like in women. Strong, able to defend thy man, stand by his side as an equal, but also, hey, wouldn't you want to get carried by her? Because I sure would. Number 16 on the list, we go to Fela and Moondragon. Another very great LGBT couple in Marvel. Fela is the original Captain Marvel's daughter, and Moondragon, Heather Douglas, is actually the daughter of Drax the Destroyer. Yeah, let that sink in for a minute. The couple is just great, and when they were being written and showcased how much they love each other and how much they admire, and the sheer amount of ecstasy that's going on between them when they're in battle with each other, is just like, oh my God, would you two get a room? But I loved it. I thought it was great, and we see it from now and then to then because they do pop up in different books, but nothing really solid like it was when they were part of the Guardians. But I loved it. It's great. It's beautiful. You know, I love Moondragon. I've always loved her. I thought she was unique, and she's a powerful telepath on that kind of same level as Jean Grey, and she doesn't even have a mutation. It's all skill. I love it. We got number 15 on the list, and number 15 goes to Harley and Ivy. I love the relationship. I have always been happy that DC kind of took the object of, okay, no more Joker and Harley. Move on from that. She found a place for herself. She found an identity of her own, where she is not just looked at as the girlfriend or of Joker. And that relationship, you talk about opposites attract. That relationship between Harley and Ivy is just, it's just something you love, and it's just, you see them blossom. And I remember the first time, that first panel, seeing them kiss, it was just like, oh, it's like, oh my God, that's great. So yes, Harley and Ivy make the list. What can I say? I'm a sucker for them. Number 14 on the list goes to Danny Rand and Knight, Mercedes Knight. This was one of those interracial couples that I really enjoyed, and this was at a time when that wasn't really being shown in comics at a time, and it lasted a long time. Unfortunately, Misty Knight and Danny are no longer together. That relationship ended, I believe, in the early 2000s. I can't remember what issue of Immortal Iron Fist but it came about because of a betrayal in terms of trust. Misty thought she was pregnant with Danny's child. Unfortunately, what she found out was it was just excess chi in her that gave off the form of a child. And she never told Danny about it until Danny found out. Danny was hurt. He was really hurt about that. And that Danny could not look at her the same way. Lied to him, and it really hurt for a long time before they have made up. There is a friendship still there, and love is still there, but Misty is now with Sam Wilson, Captain America now. So, and I like the relationship too. It's you can never really tell, are they or are they not? Is it just a flame? But they're always together now, but this was a long time standing relationship, and I really enjoyed Iron Fist and Misty Knight together. The tough as nails, former cop, now turned private eye, with the weapon Kunlun. It was great. It was cool. Move on to number 13, and number 13 on that list goes to Katie Kane and Renee Montoya. This was a relationship that I really loved, and I wanted it to succeed, and I wanted it to constantly go on. While Kate was Batgirl and Renee was a cop, it was great. There was ups and downs, good times, bad times. You wanted to see them succeed. You were happy when they were happy. You were maybe sad when they argued. You know, now Renee Montoya is the commissioner of the GCPD now. Congratulations. I'm glad it went to Renee. She's building the GCPD back up to a organization, a cop organization you can trust, because there's been a lot of corruption in that police department. But she's working on it. I felt like the relationship came to an end, even though, you know, we saw Kate go with Maggie Sawyer, and that's great too. I did like that, but I really enjoyed Kate Kane and Renee Montoya as a couple. I thought it was great. It was really fun. It was really good. You felt for them through the good times and the bad. It was just something you really wanted to see work and get better. Number 12 on the list goes to Anissa Pierce and Grace Choi, or Thunder and Grace Choi. One of my favorite lesbian couples in comics goes to Anissa Pierce, Thunder, and Grace Choi. I love this. You talk about a great interracial couple. This was it. One thing you always got to remember is Anissa was always gay. She was always a lesbian. And it was great to see that her father, Black Lightning, was all for it. He didn't push that away. He wasn't against it. You know, in a sense, we think about in the black community, hey, sometimes it don't always work out. A father are not, you know, looked at. I mean, let's be honest, we see this a lot, and I know this for experience through some people in my family. You know, I've heard uncles and say, man, if my son ever said he was, or my daughter ever said she was this, I disown her, and we see that in the black community. But to see Jefferson Pierce is all for it and embracing that with his daughter, loving that she is with Grace, was great. Grace is she is Amazon. She's from a different tribe of Amazons, but it was great. It was such a great relationship, and it bothers me that DC doesn't show that anymore. Is not pushing that, and it really upsets me because I'm like, oh my God, this is such a great relationship. Where is this? Let's keep it going. But unfortunately, no. Number 11 on the list is probably the first couple coming from the world of X-Men. And it's sad that this couple didn't last or even get married. But Colossus and Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat, was a relationship I really loved. I loved this. Once again, this started out as a teenage crush for Kitty. Kitty had a humongous crush on Peter. And the crush evolved into more and more where the more they were around each other, the more Kitty's ultimate shyness came out, and she started to embrace who she was because of Peter. It was just a great relationship of the lovable, gentle giant at times, gentle, and the lovable, kind, but great Kitty Pryde, who you have to also remember is Jewish, so there's also a bit of that working it. Then, all of a sudden, Marvel started teasing the wedding, and we thought this was going to happen. We thought another X-Men couple finally gets married, and unfortunately, it didn't. Kitty, at the wedding, said, no, I can't. Sad, very sad, because I loved that relationship, and it should have lasted. but it didn't. Number 10 on the list goes to Barry Allen and Iris West Allen. I'm a sucker for the Allen family. I'm a sucker for the Flash family. Flash is one of my favorite DC heroes of all time. And don't ask me about that stupid trailer, because fuck that movie. Sorry. I don't want to talk about it. At the end of the day, this is a relationship to me as old as Lois and Clark. Barry loves Iris. Iris loves Barry. And to see this couple blossom and to see where this couple is going to go in the future even makes it even worthwhile. Now, I know I've been behind on the Flash as of late, but DC's teasing that Iris is dead. Stop playing with my emotions. Don't play with me. But outside of that, I love the couple. Indeed. Number 9 on that list. Number 9, I just talked about I talked about a former X-Men couple. Now, what did I just say? With the marriage between Peter and Kitty, it didn't go through. But another couple did. Another long-standing couple did. And they are still together now to this day. We're talking about the LeBeaus. Gambit and my lovely rogue, Anna Marie Darkholme LeBeau. I guess, yeah. Gambit and Rogue. Oh my God. You talk about a relationship that has gone through trials and tribulations, ups and downs, things and that, trust, no trust, love, anger, hate for each other. But at the end of the day, we truly saw that Remy LeBeau, Gambit, loved Rogue so much that at that wedding that was going to happen between Peter and Kitty Pryde, he walks up to Rogue and says, Anna Marie Darkholme, will you marry me? And what did Rogue say? She said yes. So in the end, it didn't turn out so bad for the X-Men, those Merry Mutants, because there was a wedding, and a long-term wedding between Rogue and Gambit. I love their relationship. It is just the quintessential Southern love. I mean, sure, one is from Louisiana, one's from Mississippi, but they ain't too far. Those states ain't too far. One's Cajun, one's just from the South. She's a Southern belle. I mean, come on, who wouldn't want that? And I love me some Rogue. She is my favorite female in comics, and I love that she is literally, she's complete. She is complete now. She can control her powers. She loves herself. She loves her husband. What more can you want from Rogue? I love it. Gambit and Rogue. Right, on the list, we go to Ben and Mira. You didn't think I was going to have them on the list, huh? Well, you Arthur and Mira. Mira. You guys know me, I'm a sucker for redheads. But I love Mira. Big ups and big respect to Aquaman. You talk about somebody who they truly love each other, but more importantly, Mira can stand on her own. She and many people arguably she is just as equal than just the concubine to Arthur. You talk about a couple that's been through tough times and trials and tribulations of being royalty and also things like that. These two make a very contemplating argument of they should be right on the list. I love the couple. I really do. And could you imagine them, DC, really saying, okay, we're breaking them up for good? I would piss pissed if that happened. You better believe it. I can't see anybody else being with Aquaman. I can't. Number 7 on the list is another couple that I really like. What started out as more of just a booty call or a fling, it turned into something more. To me, it is up there as one of the top interracial couples in comics. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about the Cages. I'm talking about Luke Cage and his wife, Jessica Jones Cage. She hyphenated her name. We saw the relationship start in Alias, and it was just a fling. It was just, whenever Jessica was stressed, you would see she got some, and when they finally showcased who the person was, it was like, whoa, Luke Cage? What? And then what happens? Later on, they have a child together. Danielle, baby Danielle. She's named after her godfather, Iron Fist. In a possible future, she will become Captain America. She takes on both her parents' powers. They join the Avengers together. Everything about them just is evolving, and it's great to see. Luke Cage now is the mayor of New York in the Marvel Universe. How cool is that? You talk about evolution of characters. They are more prime examples of that. And I love their relationship. You talk about Luke has Jessica back, Jessica has Luke's back. That is what it's all about. Through thick and thin, through sickness and in health, love, they matter. They have that instinct of character. Luke Cage and Jessica Jones Cage, great couple. Love them. Number 6 on the list is a couple from Marvel that when they finally got married, I screamed. It is about goddamn time. And who is that couple? We're talking about the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, Benjamin J. Grimm and his lovely wife, Alicia Masters Grimm. The Grimms. Yes, they finally are married. It took over, nearly 60 years, 50 years just so they can finally get married. Finally acknowledge, the love was always there, but now they are officially married. I love this, guys. Alicia is the prime example of loving someone more from the looks, but what's inside. Now you can say, but Chris, come on, man. She blind. She don't know. Trust me. Alicia Masters knows what Ben looks like. She sculpts this man all the time. She knows what Hyde looks like, but she don't care. She loves the man. And we jokingly said this on a stream, on one of my streams, like, how does that work? Like, in terms of, but still, the love is there, man. The love is there, and you can see it no matter what. So when they got married, and I believe it was still during Slot's run, I will give him credit for that. I could be wrong, correct me on that. They got married, and they are still married to this day. Congratulations. Now, in terms of the first family, there are 2 people married. Well, Johnny was married at one point. He was married to Lyra, the Skrull. But, I doubt we'll ever see Johnny get married again. But it's good to see that Ben is married with his love, Alicia, who truly loves the man, no matter what. Respect. Number 5 on the list is a relationship a lot of people have wanted to see live action. Unfortunately, it never came to fruition, but we can say we got to see it in comic form, and it was, at the time, it was probably one of the biggest marriages since Reed and Sue. I'm talking about Aurora Monroe and Black Panther, Storm and Black Panther. What a relationship. You talk about a great black power couple, they matter. And I applaud Marvel for pushing it like they did. They advertised the fuck out of this. In terms of the wedding, everything. I loved it. I loved the wedding. I love that T'Challa, he didn't invite everybody. He didn't invite a lot of people in terms of the whole superhero community. He invited the people he wanted. You know, he invited Professor Xavier, Reed and Sue. I believe he invited Cap, I think, but he invited a lot of black superheroes to be there. He wanted them to share in the love that he had for Storm. And you talk about a power couple where Storm can get T'Challa to do a lot of things. The love is still there. Unfortunately, what came next? A stupid event called X-Men versus the Avengers, and that broke up their marriage, which I still hate to this day. They didn't even get divorced. They got annulled. The marriage was annulled, and it was stupid, and it's dumb, and they ain't never been the same ever since. But there was something about Storm and T'Challa. It worked, and damn it, when they broke it up, it was like, to me, it was like Marvel saying, fuck you. That's it. And that was it. They shouldn't have did it. They should have kept them together. Number 4 on that list, we go to probably the oldest couple in Marvel Comics. Reed and Sue Richards. You talk about opposites. You talk about bringing characters coming together who have been through thick and thin, who have showcased that their marriage and their family is more important and things like that. Reed and Sue have been through so much. Civil wars, feeling unloved at times. Sue feeling like Reed puts more time into his work than her. Being a father and a mother, realizing that they have a son who is a powerful mutant, and realizing that they want to protect their kids, but knowing that they can't be too overprotective. What a family, what a relationship, and that is the key to the Fantastic Four. It's always been family first, and that is something that the movies have kind of lacked. Hopefully with this new movie they remember that. They stay true to that relationship. They have been through so much, and if ever they truly got divorced, fans would be heartbroken. I know that for a fact, because that would be like a shot to the heart for me, like, oh, what? So yes, don't fuck with that, Marvel. Leave them alone. Leave them be. Let them grow old and loving together. Just saying. But Reed and Sue make the list. Number 3 on the list goes to none other than the godfather of all superheroes, Superman, and Lois Lane Kent. Or did she take his name? I think she did. Or she hyphenated it. I think she hyphenated it. But you talk about a couple that's been together for a long time, Lois and Clark. You talk about opposites attract, Lois and Clark. You talk about how does that work, Lois and Clark is up there too. Because at the end of the day, one's an alien, one's human, and everything about him is super. So you know where I'm going with that. Is like, we always wonder, like, how the hell did this guy's you-know-whats not kill her? But they explained it. I remember how they explained it. These two, their family continues to grow, and I love it. I love seeing it. First, Superman is a great father. He's a great father, and he's such a great father to the point that he accepts what his son is. Yes, John is gay. What do you fucking do? Okay, so what? But now their family has grown even more as of late, and they love it. It is so beautiful to watch. Lois and Clark, Clark and Lois, just their family grow, them being parents and things like that. It's just like you just gotta salute them and be like, I salute you, Superman. I salute you, Lois. Keep doing your thing. Showcase, prove to people that superheroes can be loved, they can have love, they can have girlfriends, and they can also be married. Number 2 on the list goes to Dick Grayson and you thought I was gonna say Babs, right? That's what you probably thought I was gonna say, right? Y'all thought I was gonna say Babs. And as much as I love Barbara Gordon, the relationship that they have together comes second to the relationship, in my opinion, Nightwing, Dick Grayson had with Corey. You want a girlfriend or a wife like Corey. Starfire. She is not afraid of her emotions. She is in tune with her emotions. She can show empathy with you. You don't have to be all macho around her. She wants you to showcase that. That's what her people, the Tamaradians, are all about. Emotions. And I love that. I loved Dick Grayson and Starfire together. And when DC went back to doing Dick and Barbara together, I understood it, but it was just like, I really want Dick and Corey back together. That's where I loved it. But I get why they went back to Grayson and Gordon because of their longer relationship together. They grew up together. And again, that's, in terms of the relationship flourishing from growing up, and it flourished to something more. But speaking as personally, I go with Corey all day, every day. I would love to have an alien girlfriend like that. Like, I can cry on her shoulder and she wouldn't be looking at me like, oh, you're a sucker. Why are you crying, you weakling? No, she would embrace that. And trust me, we see that all the time. Like, as men, we ain't supposed to cry. I find bullshit in that. I am not afraid to cry. And if a woman can't accept that about me, because I am very emotional, then get out of my house. Corey was that. I love it. Number 1 on the list, and nobody should be surprised. Spider-Man. I want to say, first of all, there's probably going to be a lot of people that look at this and say, Gwen was better than Mary Jane. That's arguable, but MJ was longer. MJ been through the thick with Peter more. And it bothers me, and I love that so much that it bothers me, because these people up in Marvel seem to don't want them. They keep pushing the stop and start with these two. It is ridiculous. And you know who I blame for this? You know who I blame for that? I blame Fat Quesada for this. I blame him. He was the first one to come out and admit that he hated Peter being married. Why? 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 You tell me why. There's no reason for it. And the reason is the reason because he saw himself as Peter Parker. Now, I'm not sure if Quesada is married or not, but you know what? I see myself as Peter Parker too, and I want to be married, so what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you not want them to be married? Marvel continue to do this. Every new era of Spider-Man, they get back together. It's good for a while. Everything is good. And then all of a sudden, something comes up and the new era starts and they're broken up. And currently right now, that's what's going on. They're telling the story now. What did Peter do? What did he do? That now he has lost trust with everybody. They do not, it drives me insane that they do not want to keep this relationship together. It pisses me off. You don't want to keep this relationship together. You want to break them up. Why? Why? Because as far as I'm concerned, if you're not going to have them together, and it pains me to say this, then you kill Mary Jane off. Because I cannot see her with anybody else but Peter Parker. And y'all have tried to, and it don't work. And currently right now, I hate it. I hate seeing her with that dude now. I hate it. This couple, Peter Parker, Mary Jane, they were married, and I loved the marriage, and I loved it so much. And then came that stupid fucking story called One More Day, and I hated it. And then came that stupid sequel to understand why it broke up. The stupidity in the writing was just pissed me off. Y'all don't see that kind of, y'all don't see them fucking with Lois and Clark with as much as Marvel fucks with Peter's love life. It drives me fucking insane. It's like to the point where I want Disney to step in and say, put them together, marry them, leave it alone. Don't break them up, leave them alone. Remember who owns your asses. Because I'm tired of seeing this relationship get stop and start. Put them together, leave them together, get them married, get MJ pregnant, they have kids, because I'm tired of seeing this being showcased in alternate universes. I want it in the 616. Stop it. Please, Marvel, I'm begging you to stop it. There's no real reason why these two shouldn't be together. There's none. I don't want to hear it. They make my number one. I love this couple. I want them together. And I'm going to end it right there. Now, with that being said, guys, that ends this video of the Opinion Spot. That ends this couple. There are so many couples in comics. I could have done more, but I chose to go 20. And all these couples I still love. Some of them are still together, some are not. Now, if somebody comes and say, wow, you didn't put Batman and Catwoman, I hate that relationship. I hate that relationship. I hate Batman with Talia. You know why I hate them both? Because they play with this motherfucker's emotions. They play with this man's emotions. They like to play games. And screw those two cunts. I don't care for them. Screw them. You know? You don't want to be with him or not. Don't play with this man who's already emotionally messed up as it is. And you play games with them. That's why they're not on the list. I'm going to let that go right there. They're not on the list. Screw them. Screw Talia and screw Selena Kyle. Screw them both. DC, you get Batman with somebody who is going to love him for who he is and what he's not, but love him nonetheless. It's not going to play games with him. It's going to love him. Move past Talia and Selena, because they want to play games. They like playing games with that man. I don't like it. But at the end of the day, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. For everybody out there celebrating Valentine's Day, have a good one. Show your love, no matter what. It shouldn't just take a day to show your significant other that you love them. It should never just be a day. Tell them that every day. If you care for them, show it to them. Tell them that you love them, because you never know what the next day is going to bring. You never know. It could be the end. I wish I can come up here and say that I am going off to see a significant other, but I'm not. Someone asked me for the next opinion spot for couples, you should get dressed up. And I said, yeah, okay, I'll get dressed up. So I did. But in the meantime, you guys take care. Thank you for watching. And I will see you guys next time with another episode of The Opinion Spot.